Okay, for the radio side broadcast, the radio broadcast itself, you want to start a stopwatch. We're going to go in 9 minutes and 15 seconds from Mark. 9:15. 9 minutes and 15 seconds. 9:15. I'll give you more audio when I can.
Up top.
Not too much to spare, though. That's one of the closer ones we've got. We got her done. Radio broadcast will start in 8 minutes from Mark. 8 minutes from Mark.
Tournament.
7 minutes to air from Mark. 7 minutes. I don't have my phone. Hopefully we won't have any trouble with that. Okay, we're going down to 1 minute and 53. 1:53 to radio on air. We have checked in with the production truck downstairs. Everything's good. Network control in downtown Medford has us streaming clean video, so that's good. Mazama and North Bend football from the Oregon coast coming up in 1 minute and 17 seconds. Stand by. Pretty nice looking campus overall. It really is. I don't have you up, I'm sorry. There you are. Coming to 50 seconds. Mark, 50 seconds. Twenty-five seconds to airtime. Welcome to North Bend and this broadcast on TableRockSports.net and CBS Sports Radio in Klamath Falls of Mazama High School football. The Mazama Vikings against the North Bend Bulldogs.
Now, you didn't express that properly. The number 1 ranked, undefeated. Mazama Vikings. Yes,
go.
Indeed.
3-0 going into the game, the Vikes are. And North Bend comes in with a one win, 2-loss record. Moving back down from Class 5A to 4A here at Vic Adams Stadium.
What a clever name.
Field.
Did they name that after you and Coach?
I think so. Vic, Lisa, and I getting some
Vic,
extra
Lisa,
love
and Randy
here.
Adams getting extra love 4
Awesome.
hours away from home. You got to dig it.
They have had, it's going to be an extra long halftime, by the way, just to let our studio producer, Dennis Langford, back in Klamath Falls, know that there will be an extra long halftime here.
And tell them why.
Well, that's because there is a Hall of Fame celebration here.
That's pretty cool. We're blessed to be a part of that here at North Bend.
We have, let me see if I can go through this here, and all of a sudden I don't have any ads to play here on my my computer. Those went away. Well, we've got the broadcast. Let's see if we can fix that problem. We're going to take a break here and come back with more from North Bend after this. Welcome back to North Bend as we effort to get this ball game underway. Mazama won the toss. They elect to kick off to start the football game. Turn you up here, David, so people can hear you. I had you down for a
dubious distinction.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. Let's have some fun.
North Bend with the opening kickoff on their Hall of Fame night. They return it from about the 28 to the 29-yard line, and it's First and 10 for the Bulldogs, who are coming into this game with a 1-win, 2-loss record. So far this year, Mazama is ranked number 1 in the state. And
number 1 in the state? Is that what you said?
They are
I like it.
3-0 in overall play. Paul Hansen is the quarterback on first down and 10. And they're going to keep the ball on the ground. The Vikings read it well. Ball is across the 30. Cole Hansen, a junior. No height or weight listed on any of the players for North Bend. So it will be second down. Gain of 2 on the play. Ball is spotted around the 30-yard line. Here's a second down scramble. North Bend hands it up the middle and picks up short yardage.
Yeah, I didn't get the running back's name, but he ran into a wall in Armando Galindo and boom, stopped him.
Well, Mazama's played tough defense so much all year, and it's probably not going to go.
That's how we roll, man.
How much better for North Bend tonight. Back to throw is Hansen. Throws, got a man, complete, first down. 47-yard line. That was a great pass play. And North Bend picks up enough for the first down. Just underway here at North Bend High School.
We're on the air.
43-yard line. Here's a snap. Hansen gives it up out of the shotgun and breaking across the 50.
Nice effort. We haven't seen that much up against the Mazama defense this year. That was a great play.
Okay, now it's first down for North Bend, the second on this drive. Moving the football well against the number 1 ranked Mazama Vikings here early.
Beautiful night for football, too, my friends. It's about 60 degrees and clear, and what a great field, great atmosphere. Lots going on here in North Bend tonight.
Man comes in motion from the far side to the near side. Hansen and the shotgun go up top. Ball is incomplete. Peyton Forrester was the intended receiver. He did not hold on to the ball. And it will be second down at 10 with 10:04 left in the opening quarter, just underway.
From Vic Adams Field.
Vic Adams Field at North Bend High School. That's where we are today. Here's the snap. Whistles as the ball was snapped. And a short gain on the run up the middle. Monteith in on the tackle.
Brings up third down.
Third down and 10 for North Bend. Ball is at the 44-yard line of Mazama. North Bend with the opening kickoff here. And a couple of first downs. Here's Hansen in the shotgun. Pump fake. He's under pressure. Going to be hit
sacked.
Back. Hit for a loss.
That was what they call a coverage sack. There was just nobody to throw to.
Absolutely not. It will be fourth down. And the Bulldogs are going to go into punt formation here. For the first time tonight. Mazama will get their hands on the football. We'll see what happens here.
You know, I'm a bit of a band geek. They got their whole band over there tonight. They sound great.
Good kick. Fielded at about the 24 by Mazama. Return to the 30, 35, 38, 40, and down to the 42-yard line.
Great effort.
Good return and a first down.
And Brody did that all on his own. They didn't give him anything there. That was a great return.
For Brody Hubble on the return. Good 20-yard return for Brody. There is a penalty flag on the play.
I think there's a penalty flag on the play.
There is a penalty flag on the play. And we will see what that's all about here.
A little local connection here tonight. Randy and I went out and had some pizza before we came here, wet our whistles a little bit, and I noticed the young man in there wearing a Brixner athletic T-shirt. And I says, Brixner? And he goes, yeah. He says, I used to live in Klamath Falls. So here we are, all the way in North Bend, and we have a Brixner alumni making the dough at the pizza joint. And I thought that was pretty cool.
He was one of only 3 people working there at about that time. We went in early in the afternoon. And it was interesting that here he is wearing a Brixner
I thought that was awesome.
T-shirt. 1st and 10 for Mazama. Their first possession of the football game. Going to push it back all the way inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. And back to throw on first down is...
just out of reach.
Van Gastel intended for...
That was Brody Hubble.
Brody out there. But
he'd have been about 6'4", he would have got that.
Just couldn't get there. 2nd down, I think we'll see Mazama perhaps go up top a little bit more than usual tonight. We'll wait to see, but...
You're pretty good at prognosticating these special football events. I agree with Randy.
We'll wait to see if they indeed do that, or... But, I mean, when you throw the ball first time, it tells me they're going to open up the passing game maybe a little bit. They keep the ball on the ground, and a penalty flag is thrown.
False start.
False start indicated against the Vikings.
False start against Mazama. That's a 2nd penalty already in the game. If there's one thing that Vic Lease doesn't like is to fall himself behind in the penalty games early, and so far it has not worked out well for the Vikes.
We'll get it all out of our system early.
Let's hope so.
Not a problem.
2nd down, and now 15 for the Vikings. As they come up to the line of scrimmage. Vikings sweep to the near side. Hubble to the 30, 35, 40-yard line. Brody Hubble on the run for Mazama. Getting back those yards they gave up on the penalty.
Absolutely.
First down, Vikings.
Glad you're with us tonight, whether you're listening to us on the radio at 1240 The Winner or at TableRockSports.net. Got a lot of fans out there. Want to say hi to Steve and Tammy. We always know that you're listening to us, Cosans, and I think my granddaughter McKenna is listening as well.
Hello to all. As we'll get some more shout outs out during the game too. It's always fun to get those shout outs in.
Pre-snap penalty. This one against the Bulldogs for offside.
First penalty of the game, offside against North Bend.
First down 5.
So it's 1st and 5 now for the Vikings of Mazama. Who will approach the midfield stripe here with no score in this first period of play.
This too will pass.
7:48 left. Hubble goes in motion. Anderson straight up the gut, and Trevor's got some room.
Broke the tackle.
He's down to the 30, 25, 20, near the 20-yard line. Trevor Anderson with a great run there.
He's brought down by Cameron Pease.
And that's a big first down for Mazama.
Bulldog territory.
Vikings with 3 victories so far this year. They opened up the season with a road win at Estacada by the final score of 26-14. Dennis, we promised to send you more audio, and so we're going to boost our volume up a little bit. Hopefully that will help you on the radio end.
1st and 10 from the 24 for the Mazama Vikings.
As the Vikes comes to the line of scrimmage, and up under center is Tyson Van Gastel. Takes a snap, and up the middle the ball goes.
Trevor
Trevor Anderson, the ball carrier there.
The tackle, Daniel George. And Clayton Wharton.
Gain of about 6 for Trevor Anderson.
7-yard gain. Second down, 3.
PA says 7. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I agree with Randy. Besides, the stadium's named after him.
Well, at least they got one name, right?
It's all good.
Down to 6:48 left opening quarter. North Bend and Mazama in a scoreless tie here at North Bend High School. Van Gastel up under center. Going to keep it on the quarterback sweep. Not much yardage there for Tyson. No gain on the play. It'll be third down for Mazama.
Hey, we've got a favorite pole at this stadium, too.
So the Vikings will have a third down chance here. Let's see what they do with it. Just inside the red zone. Ball at the 16-yard line. Up the middle the ball goes, the bread and butter of the Viking offense. And Tyson Van Gastel picks up some yardage there.
Got the first down for sure. Can't quite see where the spot is from where we're at right now. Maybe the 8, the 9.
And that will be
guess.
first and goal at the 8. Mazama hoping to score first in this contest. They have done that in the previous 3 games this year. First and goal for Mazama. Van Gastel goes into the end zone with a pass, and it is just about intercepted.
Breathe a sigh of relief over that one.
Aguilar was the intended receiver and almost had the ball picked off. Dangerous pass there from Tyson Van Gastel. Second down and 10, or make it second and goal at the 8. Van Gastel does have the receiver to the left side of the line of scrimmage again with a man in motion. They come to the right-hand side and don't get much. North Bend defense stepping up a little bit.
Yeah, the defense knew that was coming.
And it will be third down.
And Joshua Stevens in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Keegan, 1 of 2, making the stop for the Bulldogs defensively on the play for North Bend High School.
And 8 for Mazama.
Third down for the Vikings. Ball from the near side hash mark for Mazama, trying to get it into the end zone. Here comes Van Gastel. Penalty flags.
Hope that wasn't a hold.
There is a penalty flag, and that usually is in the spot of a holding call, and it is holding against Mazama. So far, the Vikings have had trouble getting the ball into the end zone.
Mazama a little out of sync so far this evening, and North Bend is fired up.
Well, it's a long way to come to play a football game. Certainly no excuses, but 4.5-hour drive one way to play a league game. Seems that the OSAA has done that to every classification this year, not just...
We were talking about that on the drive up. Good thing we're not Kings, right?
Not just 4A, but 6A and 5A. They're having to travel. I know Roseburg has to go to Salem for some league games and then all the way to Medford for others. Lakeview, for example, has to play a home game tonight at Mazama.
That's right. We found out about that because they weren't able to get an official crew that was able
wanted
to go
drive to Lakeview.
Yeah.
Crazy. Third down. Here comes the
It's a
run
pitch
to the
to the
right-hand
outside.
side, and I don't know if Brody got in or not.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Vikings do get it into the end zone. Brody Hubble for the score. I think that was Brody.
I believe you are right. From my vantage point at this in this particular press box, it's kind of hard to see to stage right, but we're making the best of it. Bottom line is the Vikings scored a touchdown.
Vikings got it in the end zone to make it 6-0. And they'll attempt the extra point with Marcus Aloha Ford to attempt. And we were warned by the athletic director here that the poles come into play sometimes for the camera guy, and that seems to be the case here, David.
Yeah, I'll bring my Sawzall next time.
Here's the pitch. They're going to go for
There's
two.
4 more poles to hold this place up.
I don't know if they got it into the end zone. They did. 2-point conversion for Mazama is good, so they make it an 8-0 lead. With the first quarter well in progress now, we're down to 41.1 seconds. Is that right, or is that 4:11?
4:11.
4:11, first quarter. I didn't think we'd played a full quarter yet. It's Mazama 8 and North Bend 0, and we're back after this on Table Rock Sports and CBS Sports Radio.
Free. And I was already a customer.
Any brand? With any size?
I got exactly what I wanted. It was great to have so many different options.
New and current customers can get any phone from any brand free. Only at US Cellular.
New and current customers get any phone free at Siskiyou Cellular, the Road Valley's exclusive authorized agent for US Cellular. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
All sports teams hosted by the Booster Club.
Mazama is out to an 8-0 lead here early. North Bend with a return on the kickoff. And Hansen gives it up on first down.
No gain for the Bulldogs.
No gain on the play for the Bulldogs there.
All these turf fields, we can't say no yards and a cloud of dust anymore.
No, that doesn't work very well.
No, it doesn't. A cloud of little black rubber beads. How's that?
Second down and 10. North Bend in the brown and gold. Mazama in the white with blue trim. Second down, far side hash. Here's Hansen to throw. Goes up top, downfield, way over his intended receiver's head.
Third and 10 for North Bend.
And it will be third down and 10.
Nice coverage, nicely executed defense, not giving any opportunities for any kind of defensive penalties.
Third and 10 for North Bend, trailing 8-0 here in this first period of play. Back to throw Hansen again, has some time, hits his man. Let's see, they get yards after the catch and the first down and out of bounds near midfield.
Who saved that? Who pushed him out of bounds?
Don't know, but that was a touchdown saving push.
I'm pretty sure that was Seth McLean. Yeah, he saved the touchdown and that was a smart move. Rather than try to go for a tackle, he just shoved him out of bounds. And
first and 10 for North Bend. They have moved the ball pretty well against this Mazama team. You and I have been to quite a few ball games here. Our 4th game of the season. We haven't seen a team do as well in the first quarter, I don't think.
You're correct. But all we do is look at the scoreboard.
8-0 Mazama, ball
Amen.
near midfield. Here is Hansen on first down, hands the ball up. And a couple of yards on the play. Isaiah Azara with the carry and Monteith in on the tackle for Mazama. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. With the Vikings leading at 8-0. First period of play. Snap from center comes to Hansen. Handed up out of the shotgun. And across the 45 to about the 44-yard line.
Trip up by Mason Noack. That was a great play.
3rd down and a long 4.
One first down already in this drive for North Bend. Trying to duplicate the effort here.
3rd and about 5.
Come out with a wide out to the far side of the line of scrimmage. Hansen takes a snap, going to go straight forward with it, try to get the first, won't get there. Cole Hansen, the quarterback keep, short of the first down marker.
Gain of 1.
4th and a long 2, call it 4th and 3.
North Bend going to look to punt the ball away again. And they will kick it from their own 45-yard line. Mazama with one return man deep.
Is that Brody back there?
Believe it is. Brody Hubble returning most punts and kickoffs for Mazama. Here's a good snap. And a pretty good kick. Hubble will let it bounce at about the 10, and it'll roll away and out of bounds. I said the 10. I looked like it was the 20, but it's
There's
still
a hold on Mazama.
And that happened the last time they received a punt, too. Pushed them back even further. Mazama JVs, for those who are following the program, winning their game against North Bend here today, 56-8. In the game previous to this one, North Bend has really done a nice job with this facility. I was here about 15 years ago. Then it was natural grass, and boy, it was a swamp. We played in late November here, and it was nothing but mud. This has certainly been...
Well, there's a lot to be said for being here at the end of October than the end of November.
Well, it's
irregardless of the field.
Exactly.
It's a gorgeous evening.
And they've done a great upgrade with both sides of the stadium and got a video scoreboard down to the right-hand side here. They have really done a nice job here. 1st and 10 Vikings, way back in their own territory. Just going to push forward and get some yardage. And the big uglies, I don't mean that in a negative way, but that's what you call the guys up front.
First down, perhaps?
Pushing
Pretty
enough
close.
Body weight around that Tyson Van Gastel is able to get a first down on one carry.
Looks like 2nd and a few inches. Yeah, they finally decided.
Inside a minute to play. First quarter, Mazama leading at 8-0.
Looks like we have a new chain gang. Chain gang in training tonight.
By the way, at halftime, we're going to break away at halftime for a little bit. They do have a 25-minute halftime thing here because of the Hall of Fame celebration at this high school. Here's the pitch coming to Hubble to the near side. Nope, that's Trey. Oh, now it's a late hit out of bounds. That's going to be 15 more yards.
Now, Trace Horton took it
Trace
well.
Horton, he got hammered at the end of the play, and a late hit, which is going to give Mazama 15 more yards from the spot of the ball, which would have been the 36.
Coach Gary Prince is over there just going, what are you guys doing?
Well, sometimes, and I can understand, football is a violent sport in a lot of ways, or maybe violent isn't the right word, but physical.
No, violent's a good word, physical. But what football is balancing that aggression with a cerebral attitude, and every once in a while.
And sometimes you just don't know where that line is. I mean, you're chasing somebody and you don't hear the whistle, or your momentum carries you. 1st and 10, nonetheless, for Mazama right at midfield. Here's the snap. Van Gastel, 7-step drop, throws downfield, got a man.
Ooh.
Incomplete. 2nd down. Van Gastel, usually pretty deadly with those longer passes.
Well, that pass was right on. It was good defense, and I think that's Brandon Monteith. Is it Brendan?
Yep. Number 3.
It was in it. He had it in his fingers, but he just couldn't bring it in.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Mazama right at midfield, near side hash mark. As you're watching the game on Table Rock Sports or watching it in your head via the radio broadcast on CBS Sports Radio in Klamath Falls. Here's the snap, handoff, Anderson across midfield into North Bend territory down to about the 47.
3rd and long for the Vikings.
Actually, not even the 47. They spotted that back at the 49. Just a short gain there for Trevor.
Late hit puts the ball back at the 49-yard line.
So 3rd down, and the first quarter has come to an end. Mazama with a first quarter lead, 8-0 over North Bend. We'll come back with more after this on CBS Sports Radio and TableRockSports.net.
You find information about paying for medical treatment after a car crash? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it.
LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line. Even just one. Only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive US Cellular authorized agent. Visit SOUScellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it.
LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
There's a garbage can.
We'll go to the second quarter with Mazama leading at 8-0. Randy Adams, David Gullickson here in North Bend. As the snap comes and the whistles blow and the flags fly immediately. False start on the Vikings. Boy, Vic Lease is going to have a film session that he's not going to be happy with all of these penalties in this first half on Mazama. Very uncharacteristic for them.
Indeed.
To have these issues. Five yards back, the ball goes. 3rd down and 14 for the Vikings. Snap from center to Van Gastel. Rolls out, throws, got a man, knocked out of his hands, incomplete. Trace Horton, the intended receiver, was not able to hold on to the football. And it'll be 4th down.
Daniel George made a great play.
But to reiterate, and to let Dennis Langford back in the KFLS KRJW studio know at halftime, with 25 minutes or so being the halftime show, we're going to break away on the Table Rock Sports feed for a few minutes and then bring it back so we can fix a couple of housekeeping issues here for the second half. Good snap, little rush,
horrible
and not
kick.
A very good kick for Mazama.
Very short punt.
Very short punt. That all worked out pretty well for the North Bend Bulldogs.
Matter of fact, they're getting the ball in a better position than they gave it up earlier. Don't see too many special team gaffes.
Well, Keegan McDonald he's obviously a lineman and usually gets a good booming kickoff. That one looked like it kind of shanked off the side of his foot, to be honest with you. 1st and 10, North Bend. Not bad field position at all for the Bulldogs, down 8-0. Hansen gives it up on 1st down, and not much running room.
Might be a loss of a couple.
Lindo in on the tackle for Mazama. We don't mention the big guys up in the front. Defensive line, offensive line, nearly enough. Who do a tremendous job. 2nd down. North Bend will send a wide receiver to the near side of the line of scrimmage. One to the far side as well, and a slot to the far side. Here's a snap to Hansen. Give it up again. Bigger hole this time. Across the 50.
For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family-run Bill's Glass supports our schools and our communities.
Isaiah Bella on the carry again there. He's been their workhorse out of the backfield for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 6. Big 3rd down play. North Bend with the ball inside Mazama territory, middle of the football field at the 48-yard line. Hansen takes a snap. Going to roll to the near side. And here he goes. 1st down possible. Yes, 1st down for North Bend and out of bounds. Hansen doing a good job. Cole Hansen.
Showing some great speed, too, to get outside and get away from the defense.
Reading that play well. 1st and 10. North Bend. The ball inside the Mazama 40 at the 38-yard line. With the Vikings leading it 8-0 here. Here's the snap.
Got him.
Obella's going to be hit for a loss. Isaiah all the way back. Keegan McDonald doing the great job defensively for Mazama there. And it'll be 2nd down and probably a loss of a yard, maybe 2. See what the spot is.
I'm always amazed at how quick these big guys are. It's just true athletic precision by the defensive line.
McDonald, big number 74. He is the anchor of that defensive line.
What do they list him at?
280.
Just a pup.
2nd down, low snap. Hansen going up to throw. Got a man downfield.
Way overthrown.
Overthrows him. Yep. Had the right idea, just couldn't connect with him. It is incomplete and 3rd down. Next week, back at home at Viking Field. Ashland coming to town, the Grizzlies. It's disco night next Friday night at Mazama.
No kidding.
That's what they told me.
Well, I'm glad you told me that. Where do you? No.
I'm ready to do my best Barry Gibb impression.
I'll dress for radio.
As it should be. Third down. Hansen's been pretty impressive at quarterback. He's been hurried a lot here tonight, but he's not done a bad job.
He shows a lot of poise.
Back
He
to
hasn't
throw
done anything
again.
silly yet.
And there he does. He completes a pass. Do they get enough?
I don't think so.
Not enough, but
I think it'll be about 4th and 5.
4th down and 5. Hey, tomorrow the Oregon Ducks here on CBS Sports Radio in Klamath Falls take on the Washington State Cougars up in Pullman, the Palouse, where the never mind. But it's a kickoff at what time, David?
I couldn't tell you when the Cougar game is, but I can tell you when the Husky game is.
You should know when the Duck game is.
I'm not Duck privy.
Here's the snap. Throw across the middle.
Ooh.
Almost caught, and that would have been a first down. Trevor Anderson applying some defensive pressure there.
Some great football being played tonight by both sides. This is a great game to watch.
It will be a turnover on downs, I believe. Mazama getting the ball back. Is that correct? 1st and 10. We'll get you that game time for the Ducks here in just a moment. But Duck football tomorrow on CBS Sports Radio.
Was it like the big hands on the 6 and the little hands?
Let's see. Oh, they already played. The Ducks won 42-0. They played tonight. No, I'm just kidding you there, David.
It's a Cougar game. Who cares?
Here's a big run for the Vikings. This could go for 6. Brody Hubble. Oh, he's caught from behind at the 27-yard line.
Awesome run. Great sponsors keep the games coming for you, including Conger Morris Funeral Directors, with a full range of planning and hometown heartfelt help through a difficult process. And by Travel Medford and Sport Ground, where the West Coast comes to play.
Mike Van Drew, who knows the channels by heart when it comes to anytime I need to know what game is on a channel, I call Mike Van Drew. He just texted me the Ducks kick off at 1 tomorrow from Martin Stadium.
So that's the big hand on the 12 and the little hand on the 1.
That's right.
Okay.
You got it right the first time, but
got to keep it simple.
I wasn't going to say you got it right. I didn't want to get that ego back up there.
I have no ego.
1st down and 10.
I was in retail for 40 years.
Here's Horton. He's got a lot of running room there. The Vikings starting to manhandle the line of scrimmage a little bit better. Horton inside the...
That might be a 1st down. Let's
20.
see where the spot is. Just a little short, maybe 2nd and 2.
Yep.
2nd down 2.
Gain of 8, Trevor Horton. You got him. You've got Brody Hubble running from those wings in that veer that Coach Lease likes to run. And Anderson, of course, the fullback up the middle. And many times you never know who's going to get the football. That's the bread and butter to Mazama's success. 2nd down and 2. Up under center. Junior quarterback Tyson Van Gastel sends a man in motion, hands it off. It is Anderson. No, he's going to keep it. Going to go to the right-hand side.
To the right.
And he pitched it out there to...
touchdown Vikings.
That was Horton into the end zone. Touchdown.
As it should be.
The ball carrier.
Trace Horton making it 14-0 Mazama. And that's a Petey pitch from the 1970 movie.
Exactly.
Remember the Titans.
I don't know if it was that long
Thanks
ago.
One
of my favorite
teaching
shows.
Me that pitch, Petey.
Better get comfortable down there. Real comfortable.
14-0 Mazama. We'll see if they go for 2 or 1 here.
Best line in a sports movie.
Mazama's going to go for 2. I'm wondering if Aloha Ford isn't here or isn't just kicking tonight. Vikings keep it on the ground to get 2 more.
Oh, bang.
Tyson Van Gastel with an easy 2-point conversion.
He worked for it there at the end going over. Whoever the defender was, let him know. And Tyson said, I don't think so, baby.
The Mazama Vikings have a 16-0 lead over the North Bend Bulldogs, and we'll be back in a minute on CBS Sports Radio and TableRockSports.net.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for 1 line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line. Even just 1. Only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get 1 line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive US Cellular authorized agent. Visit SOUScellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Trace Horton's kick bounces at the 12, and it's returned up the middle to the 15, 20, and then boom, down to the 25. Yeah, another flag right at the end of the play. And something you don't like to see again. But
and another one thrown after the fact just because they could, I guess.
Lots of extracurricular activity.
Attention, cornhole players. Are you a cornhole player?
I've been called a cornhole.
Well, get ready for the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's 2022 Cornhole Classic. It's coming up the 8th and the 9th of October at the Expo's Olsrud Arena. A $6,000 purse is up for grabs with entry fees. Just $100 per team, 12 games guaranteed. So go to travelmedford.org to get in the game. That hurt.
You know, we do have to give the shout out to one of our sponsors. They have stores in both Klamath Falls and Medford, and that's Sherm's and Food for Less.
Amen.
What a tremendous, generous offer they do every year with so many different community events on both sides of the hill. They've got trucks going to and from Klamath Falls and Medford every single day. It's always great to have them as a sponsor.
And not only all the things they do, but it's a great place to shop.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 at North Bend. Another Mazama penalty gives the Bulldogs good field position.
Face mask.
35-yard line. They're going to pitch to the left-hand side. No running room at all.
Goes nowhere.
Hand off to Daniel George.
Maybe in a loss of a yard.
Getting the ball out of Hansen, and he couldn't go anywhere with it. It'll be second down. Brendan Monteith making the tackle for the Mazama Vikings.
He's having a good game tonight.
Second down.
Brendan has that kind of no prisoners attitude, as represented by all the Vikings for that matter.
Vikings coming into the game as the number 1 ranked team in the state. And so far, off to a slower start than what we might have expected, but lead it 16-0.
Yeah, highly effective.
Trips to the left-hand side. Oh, straight up the middle. Look at this burst of speed. And a first down and more.
Isaiah DeBella.
Abella on the run, and he got it all the way into Mazama territory across midfield. Explosive run for Isaiah, and he brings it up to about the 48-yard line.
And Isaiah's one of those shorter, stockier, fire plug kind of guys that just works his way in and out of the defenders. He's fun to watch.
He's kind of like a Trevor Anderson. Trevor's shorter and stockier and does the same thing once he gets a good block. And give a credit, whoever that lineman was there for North Bend, blocking that defensive tackle on the other side to open up the hole. 1st and 10 for North Bend. Here's the snap. Hansen.
Intercepted.
Throws, picked off by the Vikes. Here comes Horton the other way with it.
Still going.
He's on his...
And a flag on the play. That'll probably be some kind of...
But there is a penalty flag at the end of the play.
Yeah, the Vikings will hold on to the ball, but they may have to give up some yardage here.
I think that's on...
Might be on North Bend.
We'll see. Oh, hands to the face, Mazama.
Yeah, Vic Lease is going to watch this first half on video and go over it with his players. Very seldom do you see this many penalties on a Mazama team in the first half.
A conundrum of sorts. Lots of penalties, yet pitching a 16-0 shutout.
Illegal block in the back.
There's an illegal block in the back is what they say.
At the end of the interception, the Vikings retained possession on the interception.
So it'll move it back all the way.
At the
36-yard line, their own 36 as.
Just under 7 minutes to touchdown.
Aguilar comes wide to the right-hand side, or left-hand side for Mazama. The near side of the formation on first down. Van Gastel takes a snap. Hands it off. No running room at all there.
On the play, but recovered by the Vikings.
It was fumbled by the Vikes as it came out on the handoff, the exchange, but the Vikings come back with it. They'll lose a yard.
On the play, back to the 35-yard line.
Loss of 1, second down.
At the 36.
Down to 6:24 left in the first half. Mazama leading it 16-0. Long 245-mile drive one way to play in the Big Sky Conference opener for Mazama this year.
This is when it all matters.
Rest of the way out, they are league games. Van Gastel comes up to the line of scrimmage on second down. Sends a man in motion. Keeps it on the option. Does he pitch? No, he keeps it, runs it. 50-yard line, 45-40, 35-30 out of bounds.
Quarterback Tyson Van Gestel.
Tyson Van Gestel with a tremendous run there.
Now, if you're able to follow that on the live stream, Van Gaskel just ran right between two defenders, just jigged his body. It's kind of like riding a dirt bike through the tight woods where you got to jerk your handlebars to get through the saplings. It was awesome.
1st and 10, Vikes. And they are at the 33-yard line of North Bend. Leading it already 16-0. Trevor Anderson, the lone setback behind Van Gastel with wings to each side.
It was offside by North Bend.
Here's the pitch to Brody Hubble, who breaks the tackle, crosses the 30.
The pitch is back to Brody Hubble.
And it'll be out of bounds.
Ronald Higgins in on the tackle for North Bend.
No penalty flag, though. You called a... Oh, yeah, I guess there was.
Stick with me, kid.
I didn't see it.
That's because you didn't bring your glasses.
I didn't see that either.
What?
I didn't bring that either. Huh? All right.
Penalty flag thrown on the play.
We'll see what they do here. Brody Hubble with a decent run, but was chased out of bounds. The clock is stopped with the penalty.
So was he offside or was he drawn off?
See what the official does. Yeah, he's going to mark it.
Encroachment. Did they say encroachment in high school?
Offside, 5-yard penalty against
No, it's offside. I was right the first time.
28-yard line for Mazama.
Can you believe that? Right the first time?
The pros from Dover.
The pros from Dover.
1st and 10 at the 28, Mazama. At the North Bend 28, near side hash mark. Vikings leading it 16-0, second quarter. Here's a handoff.
Could be a
and
touchdown.
A long run for Hubble. Knocked out of bounds around the 10.
Brody Hubble on the carry.
Brody Hubble bounced out of bounds with a shoulder pad, but I think he got enough for another Mazama
Another first down for sure.
Down, Mazama.
Spotting at the 16, it looks like.
At the 17-yard
And don't forget, folks, when we break at halftime, we will break away, but we will be back for the second half. It'll be on the same link. But we will be back for all of the second half. Dennis, back at the radio studio side, will bring you some CBS Sports Radio at halftime. As Tyson Van Gastel comes up under center on first down for Mazama again. Horton goes in motion. Here's a snap. Hubble to the inside. And Brody.
Touchdown.
Into the end zone. I
Vikings.
didn't see the initial indication, but they get it
Brody
in.
Hubble.
Brody Hubble makes it 22-0 Mazama. And the Vikings going for two again. Going to run it.
The two-point conversion is no good.
No good. First time they've been denied with that two-point PAT in this football game. All right, the Vikings 22, North Bend 0 will return with more after this 1-minute break on CBS Sports Radio and Table Rock Sports.
You find information about paying for medical treatment after a car crash?
Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it.
LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line, even just one, only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive U.S. Cellular authorized agent. Visit souscellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Trace Horton's kick, a low line drive, squib kick sort.
With three guys back, that ball bounced right over the head of the first man that was trying to catch it.
Yeah, he had no chance to get it, but not a bad return for about 7 yards for North Bend. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. At the 28-yard line, near side hash mark, their own 28. Bulldogs trailing by 3 scores now. Mazama has not kicked an extra point tonight. I can only assume that maybe Marcus Alua Ford, who's also a soccer player, didn't make the trip because he may have a soccer game tomorrow and would have gotten back too late. Who knows? But he's not there tonight. 1st down and 10.
No gain for North Bend.
North Bend keeps it on the ground.
Tackle made by Brendan Monteith.
And Brendan Monteith, we've called his name a ton tonight with
he's
another
having a great
tackle
game. And he's focused.
For the Vikings. 2nd down.
Table Rock Sports says hello,
Hello.
to our 2,000 YouTube subscribers once again.
Hello.
Want to join the team? Go to our Table Rock Sports page at youtube.com. Click on the red subscribe button. You'll get prompts when games go live, and you'll be able to keep up with all the action.
2nd down. 10. Hansen alone in the backfield, takes a snap under pressure, throws, knocked down. Hansen's pass was a little too rushed and hurried. It'll be incomplete, and that will stop the clock with 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining until halftime. Mazama leading at 22-0.
Sounds like my helicopter's here. I've got to go.
Here on the Oregon coast. Well, they got a Coast Guard station literally
Did
right
you catch
next
that,
to
McKenna?
us.
He said
I'm serious.
literally.
Literally right next to us here in North Bend. Within a mile. Again, they'll keep the ball. Obiello and won't get anywhere there. Isaiah the carrier. 4th and 10, so 3 and out very quick for North Bend.
Seth McLean in on the stop for Mazama.
And Brody Hubble will be at near midfield to receive the North Bend punt. North Bend taking its time to snap the football here. They're not even in the set position yet. I'm not really sure what the delay is.
Well, the clock's running. Interesting, eh?
Well, if you're down by 22, you don't want to leave them as much time on the clock as they can to score. Now they call they took a delay game penalty?
No,
they call
they took a timeout.
Right at the last moment, they took a timeout. We'll keep it here with a 22-0 Mazama lead.
For years, family-owned Abby's Legendary Pizza has been a proud Mazama Viking supporter. Drop by one of their clean, comfortable parlors after tonight's game and celebrate all the big plays and enjoy some of Klamath Falls' best pizza. And there's a lot of pizza in Klamath Falls. We'll have to have an eat-off sometime, or an eat-out, or an eat-in, and determine what we like the best.
Those Abby's Pizza, I've got to talk to the boss man about that because we were supposed to get an Abby's Pizza delivered to us every game that we broadcast. I haven't seen one yet.
Well, it may be getting delivered. It just doesn't make it up to the press box.
That may be it. Or it may end up on Pacific Terrace in Klamath Falls, too. Who knows? But
bravely spoken.
But, yes, I calls them like I sees them. It'll be Brody Hubble standing down to about his own 40-yard line, waiting for the North Bend punt as the timeout has eclipsed.
3:27 on the clock.
High snap. Clock on the move, and here's the kick. Takes a Mazama bounce at the 40 and down to about the 42.
40-yard line. First and 10 Mazama. There's 3:19.
3 minutes and 19 seconds left in this first half. Mazama leading it 22-0. It's North Bend, who came back to the Class 4A classification after being in Class 5A for the last 4 years. Makes it more interesting for the fans here in the Bay Area of Oregon, as both Marshfield and North Bend, literally just a couple of miles apart.
Literally.
There's another literally for you. I'm going to keep using that tonight if you're impressed by that.
I'm overwhelmed.
They have a big rivalry with Marshfield in just about every sport, and it's nice to see they're both back in the same league for the first time in several years. Back to throw. Van Gastel, no, it'll be a draw. And the Vikings get it to Hubble.
He was brought down, and then he caught a knee in the side of the helmet inadvertently. He's
kind of rung his bell a little bit, getting back up. Second down for the Vikings. Did you know you can fly into the North Bend Airport from San Francisco?
And boy, are my wings, no. Boy, are my arms tired.
They fly a lot of people into North Bend, Coos Bay, because they've got the Bandon Dunes golf course just down the road here at Bandon.
$400 a round, they better fly them in.
That's right. Second down, back to throw Van Gastel, and whistles and flags. It's been another false start against Mazama.
Too many of those. Too many of those.
And if they weren't up by 22, it would be a very big point of contention for them, I think. But
it'll still be a point of contention for Coach Lease, but look at the scoreboard and all is well.
So the clock will restart now. And looking at it, we're down to 2:27 left in the first half. Once again, at halftime, we'll break away for just a bit, do some housekeeping chores here with a 25-minute Hall of Fame induction halftime planned here at North Bend. We'll come back hopefully about halfway through that, run down some other scores that we might have in games from around the state. And Gastel to throw. Got a man, complete. Aguiar with the catch. Across the 50-yard line down to the 45.
Complete to Brody Hubble.
No, that was Hubble. Check that. Brody making the catch. Called his name an awful lot tonight.
He's been the man.
On both sides of the football. First and 10. Mazama at the North Bend 48-yard line. Well, since you gave a shout-out and I did one to Mike, I got to say hi to Eddie and Lee.
You better.
Simmons, who I believe would be listening tonight. They're in Klamath Falls or watching, maybe both.
And hopefully my long-distance radio buddy James Armstrong is watching the live stream down there in Vegas this evening.
Also, Bill Crawford. Of course, Bill's calling a game tonight, Churchill, so we won't...
we can still say hi to Bill.
We can say hi to Bill. Say hi to Ron Lance, though. Ron Lance here. He's back to throw as Van Gastel has a man caught. And here goes down the sideline. Trace Horton, touchdown, Mazama.
I think they're saying he stepped out of bounds.
No, he didn't get in, did he?
No, he stepped out of bounds about the 11-yard line.
To Trace Horton.
That was a great catch, and I thought he was out for 6, but nope.
Well, there's been 4 plays tonight where the sideline has been the defender's best friend.
But good field position for Mazama and another opportunity maybe to score before halftime as we're down to a minute.
As close to first and goal as you get without it being first and goal, and a minute 44 to go.
Minute 44 left. Vikings will send a wide out to the far side of the line of scrimmage. And here's the snap. In the end zone, touchdown Mazama.
And Brody Hubble got himself 6.
6 more points for the Vikings, who now lead 28-0.
The pitch was to Brody Hubble.
Starting to see flashes of why the Mazama Vikings are the number 1 ranked team in the state. But the penalties, I think if I had to pick one area that they need to improve on, those penalties
absolutely
need to improve.
And I don't think anybody would disagree with that comment.
Vikings go for 2 here again. And Gastel coming up to the line of scrimmage. Hand it off.
It was good.
Conversion.
The handoff was a little sloppy, but strong legs put it in.
2 more points for Mazama to make it 30-0.
1 minute 40 seconds.
With 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the first half. And we'll continue with more from North Bend High School and Vic Adams Field after this 1-minute break.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great. And we need you to know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Don't yell at the refs. They have a hard job.
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
So what do you do when you get injured in a motorcycle accident and you need legal help? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Trace Horton with a good kick, but a return and a breakaway to the 42-yard line.
On the return.
Well done there.
Trace Horton saved the day on that one, and he's fired up when he came to the sideline. He got a great hit in there to put an end to that return.
There was a penalty flag near the 40-yard line.
Oh, guess what, David? There was a penalty flag on the play.
Holding, do you think?
We'll wait to see.
You say personal foul?
Goes against North Bend.
Very few penalties tonight, to be honest, called against the North Bend Bulldogs.
Well, that great return was negated by a 15-yard personal foul penalty.
15-yard penalty.
And sometimes you don't know if the two incidents are related and why it was such a good return or whether it was just incidental.
I think you got a couple of teams that are pretty fired up, and you've got a few Bulldogs out there that are a little frustrated right now.
Down by 30 as Hansen will work with less than a minute and a half now on first down. Obiello, look at this. Big run. Blast up the middle first.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a big run, but in typical Mazama fashion, we got in there to trip him up.
He's out to the 31-yard line.
Up to the 31-yard line on that blast. Second down and about 4 for North Bend.
Minute 12 to go.
At halftime. Until halftime, I should say, to be more precise.
Ooh, stuck him.
Viking defense reads that one well on second down. And slow getting up Obiello there. Third down.
He's been working hard.
On the tackle for Mazama.
There's your helicopter again.
Yeah. Well, it keeps circling, waiting for me.
Third down. Vikings opening up the season with a 26-14 win over Estacada, 47-28 over Eagle Point. And then last week a big win against the Marist Spartans, 42-7. Straight up the gut on third down for North Bend. Obiella again, the carrier. And
they're riding him hard, and he's about out of 4 times they give him the ball, 3 times are excellent, and every once in a while they get his number.
It is halftime already. It is Mazama from Klamath Falls leading North Bend at halftime by the score of 30-0. At this point, we're going to pause the broadcast on TableRockSports.net, but we will be back midway through the halftime period. Dennis Langford back in the CBS radio studios will bring you some CBS radio sports between now and when we come back here to North Bend, a big 25-minute Hall of Fame ceremony, and we have some housekeeping duties to do here anyway. 30-0 Mazama. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Table Rock Sports.
See ya.
Good offer album Coconut Oil from the class of 2010 was inducted this evening. She was involved with the Mr. Bulldog pageant, a July Jubilee princess for the city of North Bend, and was named the outstanding girl for her graduating class. Equally impressive, Rachel was a force in the swimming pool. She won 6 individual swimming championships and was a member of 3 state relay teams. Rachel continued her swimming career on a scholarship at Boise State University, and while attending BSU, she won numerous Western Athletic Conference championships and qualified for the U.S. Olympic swimming trials. On this football field, he helped lead North Bend to second-place finishes in state competition and was named first-team All-State defensive back as well as first-team All-State quarterback. A 4-year starter for the basketball team, Cameron led our boys to a 3rd-place finish, which is the highest in school history. He was honored as the outstanding 4A boys basketball player of the year his senior year. And that year he also helped our track team finish 2nd at state and was a member of a school record-setting and OSAA championship 4x100-meter relay team. After graduation, Cameron continued his basketball career at SWAC, and today he's at home and working in North Bend, where he lives with his wife, Alexa. Cameron Lucero.
Okay, Dennis, back on the radio side, we're going to go back on in 1 minute and 35 seconds.
And our final inductee, Chris Richmond, North Bend High swimming coach from 1994 to 2016. He began his swimming career as a coach in Colorado, coached at Reed Sport for 7 years, and then moved to North Bend in 1994. He was also the head coach of our local swim club, the SCAT team. Chris also managed the municipal pool for the city of North Bend. No coach
Check that,
in
Dennis.
any sport at North Bend High has had more state success.
Hold off on that
Chris's
for a moment,
boys
Dennis.
teams brought
Hold
home
off on
7
that. We'll be
swimming
back.
Trophies.
Stand by.
And the OSAA
Okay, Dennis, we're going to go back in 25, make it a minute and 25
Come on down
seconds.
to the dog den. The students have worked hard. They are the ones that make most of these shirts and hats and coats.
In fact, I will play a 1-minute commercial, and then you can join it.
Is open, as well as our barbecue area. And we do have a silent auction going on with some baskets down by the concession stand.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Fuel up for your race day adventures with Pinnacle 365. Hit for your early morning caffeine fix to help you get off to a good start and be rewarded with free motivation. Stay hydrated as you ride into Turn 2. And if fountain drinks are your thing, get your 6th free. Add Crunch to your lunch as you head into Turn 3. Fuel up for the remainder of the race with your Peak Rewards app and save at least 16 cents a gallon. Your daily journey to the winner's circle starts at Pinnacle 365.
Welcome back. We are at North Bend High School, Vic Adams Field, 30-0 Mazama at halftime. Randy Adams, Fast David, and a lot of statistics to share with you here in this first half. Mazama scoring with 4 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first period. Trace Horton running it in for 12 yards, from 12 yards. The PAT from Trace Horton on the run was good, 8-0 Mazama. Second score for Mazama came with 8:17 left in the second quarter. Horton running it in from 18 yards again. 2-point conversion from Tyson Van Gastel good. Mazama led by 16. The lead expanded to 22 with 5:27 left in the second quarter. Brody Hubble running it in from 17 yards out. The PAT from Trevor Anderson, no good. And then with 1:40 left in the first half, Brody Hubble again running for 11 yards. The Vikings' 2-point conversion was good by Anderson. The Vikings have a 30-0 lead. Total offense, Mazama 303 yards, North Bend 99. Two teams have run almost the same amount of plays. Mazama 26, North Bend 29, average of 11.7 yards per play for Mazama and 3.4 for North Bend. First downs, that's well in Mazama's favor as well, 14-5. Rushing for the Vikings is led by Brody Hubble, 6 carries, 104 yards. Tyson Van Gastel, 5 carries, 56 yards. Trace Horton, 5 carries, 54 yards. And Trevor Anderson, 4 carries, 38 yards. 2 passes caught, one for Horton for 32 yards, one for Brody Hubble for 19 yards. Vikings leading it 30-0.
What a ball game.
At halftime.
We've had more than our share of penalties. We've talked about that throughout the broadcast, but in spite of that, the Vikings are still pitching a shutout and looking really good doing it.
And it's been a good overall performance by the Vikings in some ways, but yeah, you're right. The one thing that we don't like to see is the penalty factor. And that is something that I think that you're going to see Vic Lease talk about with his team as practice resumes this week.
Well, nothing's ever perfect, but being the number one team, scoring as many points as we've been putting on the board, we've got the target on our back, and we need to be ready to execute as close to 100% as we can.
And interestingly, that's exactly the way that Vic Lease put that when I asked him about the rest of the season and how difficult it was to get out here and have these teams come after you week after week after week. And he said, when you're ranked number one, the target is going to be on our back all season. He says it's for our kids, it's a challenge, and we accept the challenge, he says, but it certainly makes it interesting sometimes because everybody wants to say, hey, we gave that team a pretty good game.
Exactly.
And, give North Bend credit, at least in the early stages of this football game, David, they came out and played pretty well.
That's probably as best a performance against the Vikings in the first quarter that we've seen so far this year. Would you agree?
I would think that first 6 or 7 minutes they held their own, and then the Vikings started to wear and tear them down a little bit on the line of scrimmage. All right, 30-0 is our score. Mazama with the lead at halftime. We're going to take a break, 2-minute break down the line, and come back with more here from North Bend High School after this.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line, even just one, only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive U.S. Cellular authorized agent. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
We have a few other halftime scores for you. Marshfield is...
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
Also at halftime, another league score for you. The number 2 ranked team in the...
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between $7,000 and $10,000. At Conger Morris, a full-service funeral, including a wooden casket, is only $4,900. We can keep our prices lower because we're local. In fact, we're the only locally owned, family-run, full-service funeral and cremation provider in the Valley. Call us today to schedule an appointment for personalized assistance with our caring staff. Conger Morris will always be there.
Before we go
back here at North Bend, 30-0. That long halftime was kind of interesting to watch. Some of these folks.
Well, there's some
North
tradition here, much like when we were. What did they do? They give everybody the props for doing the stadium. Was that Estacada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same deal here. All the effort and blood, sweat, tears, and donations that went into making this facility what it is, and then they had introduced in the Hall of Fame. They got descendants of a guy, and I wish I could remember all the names. I wasn't taking notes, but he was a 1919 graduate of this school, and his
94-year-old son was here.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
It's just, and that is what small town high school football is all about. I'm pumped. Plus, the band was awesome.
30-0 is our score. Mazama to take the second half kick here
in the North Bend district
as we get set for the third quarter of play. Kick, end over end, and Mazama will return. Kind of a shorter kick, to be honest.
Good field position to start off the second half.
Going to be decent for Mazama, 1st and 10. As the Vikings lead it by a score of 30-0 here. Next week, the Ashland Grizzlies back in Class 4A, at least for football. Be the first time I've called a Grizzly game. I used to be the voice of the Grizzlies, David.
You were telling me that on the way here, and that just goes to show that there was radio back before there was electricity.
1980s, when they had players like Chad Cota and Scott Mimnaugh.
That's pretty cool.
Matt Wells.
I remember
Kevin
when Ashland
Green.
was the power.
Yeah, we won. We went to the state title game one year, I called them, and the semifinals the next year.
That's awesome.
That was fun. 1st and 10. Van Gastel going to give it up, and Mazama's going to run it the right-hand side.
First down, almost midfield.
Vikings with over 300 yards of total offense in the first half alone, as Trace Horton picks up even more yardage there, and it'll be second down.
9-yard gain on the play.
Well, the way things are going for both Henley and Mazama, the place to be, October 21st, is going to be at Henley Field when we take them on.
Yeah, Henley leading Cascade out of Turner tonight, non-league game, 21-6 at halftime, and Klamath Union trailing Marshfield over in Klamath Falls, 13-0. That's a halftime score there. 1st and 10, Mazama. Here's Van Gastel going to give it up on the draw, and
then he handed it off. Yep.
Brendan Monteith.
Tackle made by Clayton Wharton.
Boy, you don't see him carry the ball much.
I thought I saw Connor McCool with the ball.
Vikings at midfield with the first down.
First down, Mazama. 30-0. The greatest football game I ever called was between these two teams.
Really?
They made reference to it in the Hall of Fame game, Hall of Fame ceremonies, I should say, a moment ago when North Bend beat Mazama 41-40 in a playoff game played at Cottage Grove High School. And Lucero was a great athlete, one of the studs on that team. That game was just incredible. Punch for punch. Outside run, and the Vikings keep it on the ground across the 45, the 43-yard line in North Bend territory. And Brendan Monteith again.
6-yard gain on the play.
Pickup of 6. Second down. If Mazama happens to score, we will go to a running clock for the rest of the ball game. Leading it already by 30. Near side hash mark for Mazama, marching from left to right as you watch the game on video screen and or listen to the game and visualize it on the radio. As Hubble goes in motion, Vikings keep it on the ground, pound it, and get some positive yardage. And it's going to go near the 25-yard line before it's brought down.
Young on the stop, along with Clayton Wharton. That's a first down for Mazama.
Trace Horton on the carry, first down, Mazama.
Got to the 31.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Mazama Vikings. Their first possession of the second half. Leading this football game by a score of 30-0. Anderson in the backfield behind Van Gastel with the two wings, one to each side. Now man in motion, that's Horton. And here's Anderson heading toward the end zone. Can he get
the corner?
There?
Yeah, he's in.
Touchdown, Mazama.
Trevor Anderson.
Trevor Anderson's first touchdown of the night to make it 36-0, Mazama.
Mr. Adams, I introduce you to your running clock.
After the break, it will be a running clock for the duration of the game. It always makes it more interesting for the clock operator after that. You know, the new...
We put him through the ringer, too.
We have.
We put him through the ringer.
Feel bad
and many
about
props
that.
to those that run the clock, especially this gentleman 6 feet to my right.
Going for the single PAT here.
Kicker for Mazama, number 4, Marcus Ulio Ford.
That is Marcus Ulua Ford. He made the kick.
It was one of those helicopters brought him in after the ball game,
yes, he did
right?
make the trip, but he didn't kick in the first half. Marcus Ulua Ford makes it 37-0 Mazama. And we'll be back with more here from
timeouts and touchdowns.
Vic Adams Field in North Bend after this 1-minute break. Don't go away.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Any time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of, and it allows your service to be more meaningful. with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
George on the return for North Bend as we get back to action here.
He worked hard for that yardage. Chris Berman was here to say, rumbling, bubbling, stumbling.
1st and 10. North Bend with their first possession of the second half, trailing 37-0. Boy, you know what sounds good right now, David? An Abby's Pizza. Wouldn't that be good to have in the press box right now?
Is there an Abby's here in North Bend?
Yes, there is.
Well, let's call them up.
I think we already had pizza today, though. Back to throw, and actually Hansen hands it off on first down. Nowhere to run.
Isaiah DeBella on the carry.
Cicella on the carry doesn't get much. Second down.
Tackle, along with Seth McLean.
Isaiah, no height or weight listed, but as you mentioned, lower to the ground than some running backs, but stout.
No gain on the play.
No gain, second down and 10.
Yeah, he pumps those legs and takes a couple of guys to stop his momentum.
Next week, Mazama fans hope to see you at Viking Field, the brand new turf field at Mazama, as the Vikings play host to the Ashland Grizzlies. 7 o'clock kick. Second down, Anson goes up top. Has a man come low. He had it and he couldn't hold on.
He was running before he caught it.
He saw wide open spaces. Yeah. His eyes got wide, did not hold on, but a beautifully thrown football that time.
That was a nice pass. And a nice route.
And his third down. Incomplete pass. Viking JVs winning 56-8 earlier today.
As it should be.
So they made the long trip over here and played well. Third down for North Bend. Hansen in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, going to be hurried, throws downfield, and it's incomplete. Down the far side.
He did a good job of avoiding the sack. Mazama was all over him.
It will be fourth down. And North Bend will likely punt the ball right back to the Mazama Vikings here. Vikings to return from their own 38. High snap, but retrieved well.
Did a good job recovering it, but it messed with his happiness when it came time to kick the ball.
Didn't get a good kick. Down at the 42 by Mazama. No return. First and 10.
Cross-country program. New head coach Amarissa Wooden.
So the Vikings
had good success at last Saturday's Prefontaine meet.
Hoping to have a good crowd next Friday night at Mazama.
You said it was disco night. Come on now.
Disco night, according to the Booster Club. Yep, Booster Club says it's disco night. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Your
costume contest? Did you hear anything about a costume contest?
They're going to have the whole thing. I think even the band is going to play some 70s hits, which will be cool. First and 10 for the Vikings. Far side hash. Keep the ball on the ground. Doubt we'll see him go up top much in the second half now.
No need to. Just doing what the Vikings do best, controlling the ball and getting first downs.
Brody Hubble with
gain
the
of
carry.
about 4 there.
And that ball coming toward midfield, about the 47-yard line, their own 47, near side hash. And it'll be second down. Tyson Van Gass, I mention this every week, but he runs so much because every play he has to go to the sideline.
Keeps him loose, man. That's why he can jig and jag and jog out there, and he's always loose.
Always running.
That's right.
I like that. Second down. And the Vikes with some running room. Trevor Anderson.
Down to about the 25, I think. It's tough to see from where I'm standing.
Good for a Mazama first down.
First down, Mazama. At the beginning of the ball game, David, I was a little bit concerned the start that Mazama got, not as sharp as we've seen from time to time. But once they got on track, it took off pretty quickly.
Well, we've been talking about that, but the bottom line is you look at the scoreboard and there's still nothing in the Bulldogs' score center.
First down, Mazama. Another big hole. That was one man to beat, or 6 points. Trace Horton on the carry.
Hunter Wheeling saved the day on that one. He was assisted by Young as well.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Is that correct already? No,
2:59.
Thought I heard the horn. I guess that was a horn across the way, an air horn. That's what I heard.
Randy's World, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. I thought I heard a horn.
I did. I thought I heard a horn.
Oh, I know what it is. Anita Horn is our statistician tonight. Thanks, Anita, for being here. We appreciate it.
And she's a jewel, I might add.
Up under center is Van Gastel. Here's Brody Hubble on the handoff, and he'll get some running room. Still on his feet, and he may not go down. Brody Hubble's had a great night running the football.
Down near the 10-yard line.
He's down near the 10.
Looks like first and goal, maybe from the 8.
Yep, another first and goal for Mazama.
See how I can work around my pole here.
Vikings break the huddle, and Van Gastel will bring his team out. Trace Horton on one side, Brody Hubble on the other. Right behind the quarterback is Anderson. Go to the right-hand side, Van Gastel.
He's in.
Touchdown. Mazama. Tyson Van Gastel with 6 more Mazama points. And what is that score now?
43-0 as
43.
we line up for the point after attempt.
What's that, Steve? Yeah.
Marcus Salua Ford will attempt the PAT on the kick for the Vikes. Waiting for it. And finally, the ball is snapped.
And it's good.
Is good.
Mazama, 44.
Van Gestel.
To nothing over North Bend. We'll come back after this 1-minute break. CBS Sports Radio and TableRockSports.net.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Touchback on the kickoff, so it'll be North Bend football 1st and 10.
Well, after a little sputtering in the first quarter, we're so far playing a perfect second half. Coming down to 40 seconds left in the third period.
Big win last week against Marist, who at that time was number 2 ranked team in the state. Mazama jumped out to a 42-0 lead before Marist scored a late touchdown. And they put 44 on the board here in this one.
They'll be switching sides of the field here in just a little bit.
First down and 10 for North Bend. Back to throw. Hansen throws, hit his man, but it was knocked out of his hands.
It was nice defense.
And that will be the end of period number 3. Third period in the books. We're going to the fourth, and it's been all Mazama here tonight in North Bend. Our score after 3, Mazama 44 and North Bend nothing. Back in a minute.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great. And we need you to know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Don't yell at the refs. They have a hard job.
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
So what do when you get injured in a motorcycle accident and you need legal help? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass to start the fourth quarter for North Bend. Mazama goes into this fourth period leading it 44-0.
And it was a great play call, a great route. The pass was there, just kind of underscores the Bulldogs' tribulation so far this evening.
Another long trip for a Klamath Falls team over here to North Bend High School next week. Klamath Union Pelicans at North Bend here next Friday night. Mazama at home against Ashland. Here's a snap to Hansen, going to hand it off. And the Vikings read that play well. They have all night long.
They drop him for a loss? Oh, yeah.
And we'll see a North Bend punt here. And we'll probably start to see some new numbers on the Viking side. Though, with the JV game earlier tonight,
I was just going to say that.
We may not have as many players available to us as we might if we were playing at home. North Bend to punt. And a good kick. Best punt we've seen all night. Look at that, take a North Bend bounce. All the way down to the 30-yard line. No return man back for Mazama, and they let that go. Boy, great kick. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Class move on the part of the Vikings. Leave that open like that.
44-0 Viking lead.
Sign Pro is a proud sponsor of Viking Sports. If you need signs, banners, graphics, or vehicle lettering, turn to the experts at Sign Pro. See them online at signproclamathfalls.com or call 541-884-9601.
First and 10 Vikes. They'll go home. Probably won't arrive till 2:30 in the morning, I wouldn't think, David.
Yes, they don't have the luxury that we do of spending the evening here at the coast. The air is beautiful. The sky is clear. It's as good as it gets.
But they do have the big travel bus with them tonight, so it's
yes,
a little
but you've
bit
got a
easier.
chauffeur.
That's true. Here's a handoff, and out in the middle, the Vikings go. It's Trevor Anderson. He'll take it down to the sideline into the end zone. Touchdown, Mazama, 50-0 now.
70-yard touchdown.
70-yard run for Trevor Anderson.
Wow.
Trevor Anderson.
And that dots the I and crosses the T as far as our performance tonight goes.
And then some. We're not done yet. Crazy. 50-0 Mazama now. And they're not doing anything but running.
Just doing what we do best.
Yep.
And in spite of the lead and in spite of the cleaning up of the turnovers, you just hear Vic down there barking at the band, just barking at them.
Well, and you also, in spite of the deficit, you also have the student body of North Bend here still making noise.
Oh, they're fired up. They got the whole
around.
band here. They came parading through here on the visiting side, yelling and screaming for their team. The school spirit here is second to none.
Marcus Aloha Ford misses the extra point kick. So the score remains Mazama 50 and North Bend 0. And we'll come back with more football here from Vic Adams Field in North Bend after this 1-minute break.
New phone?
Yeah. With US Cellular, I got to pick any phone that I wanted for free. And I was already a customer.
Any brand? With any size?
Mm-hmm. I got exactly what I wanted. It was great to have so many different options.
New and current customers can get any phone from any brand free, only at US Cellular.
New and current customers get any phone free at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive authorized agent for US Cellular. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
North Bend returning the kickoff to the 26. It'll be 1st and 10. Bulldogs down by 50.
Under 8 minutes to play.
And a running clock for the rest of the contest. Hansen will take the snap from center on 1st down and have it handed up.
Not this time.
And a short, maybe 1-2 yard gain on the play, 2nd down for North Bend.
It's Isaiah out there once again. I think he might be getting a little tired.
Well, he's been the workhorse, as you said.
And he's just been getting smacked around, too.
And he's, he gets right back up and takes it again, though.
He's a ball player. He is a ball player.
2nd down and 9. They've got receivers to both sides, slots to both sides, coming out in the formation. Handoff again. A little bit of extra effort, picking up a couple more yards. Across the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
I think the quarterback kept that one. I think it was
Yep.
Cole Hansen that was out there.
And Hansen has done a good job tonight as well. It's always got to be tough if your team's just not at the caliber of your opponent and you're getting spanked on the scoreboard a little bit. It's got to be tough to keep your. But you know what? They have not given up, and they continue.
There are no heads being hung on the sidelines. Everybody's bouncing on the balls of their feet. They're
Hansen on 3rd down, swing pass, but the Vikings read that like a book. Now we have a penalty flag at the end of the play. We might have a late hit on Mazama.
By Jason Padgett, but there's a penalty
Padgett catching the ball.
Play. Personal foul against Mazama.
I don't know if you could hear that, but we're only about 30 feet away from Coach.
I did not hear what he said.
That's probably a good thing. And not implying there were any bad words, folks. Just
he isn't happy is what you're trying to say.
It's the bark of Vic. The Vic bark.
Penalty puts the ball at the 42-yard
That's an automatic 1st down for North Bend on that late hit. Personal foul against the Vikes. North Bend was already huddled, and so they have to run to the football. They were a little farther back
Just pay attention, boys.
After they moved the football up on him.
Wait a minute. Where's the football?
Hansen with a swing pass to the right-hand side and incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Screen pass incomplete.
Left-hand side, I should say. I'm sorry.
That's probably the first time this game that we've seen Cole Hansen have to rush something. He did, between not being on the ball when it was time rushing up, he was not ready.
2nd down. And 10. Oregon Duck football, 1 o'clock kick, 11 o'clock pregame from Martin Stadium in Pullman tomorrow. The Ducks trying to get to 3-1. Here's Hansen on the snap, straight back, throws over the receiver's hand. Had it for a second, but he did not catch it, and it's incomplete, 3rd down.
Bodie Norlock made a great attempt at intercepting that ball.
So it will be 3rd down and 10 for North Bend.
Again, I'm sort of a band geek. As I look over there, there's got to be at least 40 or 50 members in that band. That's just awesome. Great drum line.
And they keep playing throughout the game. It's kind of neat to see.
It is.
3rd down. Here's a snap to Hansen. It's going to be flushed out of the pocket.
It's got a
man.
man.
Home run ball downfield, and it's caught.
Pass complete.
1st down near the 20-yard line for North Bend.
Cole Hansen to Hunter Wheeling.
Hunter Wheeling with a catch.
Bulldogs.
1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Hunter Wheeling left his defender. I don't know who was on him, but Hunter just showed some wheels and was in the right place. Great catch.
Longest play from scrimmage all night long for the Bulldogs. And it'll be 1st and 10. Mazama hoping that they can still pitch a shutout, but look at this. Straight up the middle the ball goes.
Isaiah DeBella on the carry.
DeBella with another carry. Isaiah getting the
on the stop.
touch. They're knocking on the door here, David.
The clock's running at 2:20. They could get in.
Here's a snap. Hansen rolling to the right-hand side. Gets out of one grasp. Continues to run. And my vision was blocked by the pole there, but it's incomplete.
Yes, most definitely. And when you can't see, you just judge by the reaction of the home team. Oh, God.
3rd down and 8.
Want me to do that in? Oh, God.
Yeah. We'll warn the listeners next time that comes.
Never.
Yeah. 3rd down.
Got a man.
And again. But this is 2-down territory.
Incomplete pass. 4th down 8 for the Bulldogs.
4th and 8 for the Bulldogs. Bo Fullerton, I'm sure, would like a shutout on the defensive side, the defensive coordinator for Mazama, but
he always would like a shutout.
Just missed one last week in that 42-7 win over the Marist Spartans.
That was called a sympathy touchdown.
And here's Hansen on 4th down.
And he's
flushed,
down.
and down he goes. Mazama gets the football back, leading by 50.
Any guesses on what kind of play they're going to run?
I think they're going to take a knee.
Oh, my goodness, Randy.
They might even take 2 knees.
Your football acumen is so far above the rest of us.
You asked me. I had to tell you the truth.
I did. And you always do, man. You always do.
1st down and 10 Mazama. They'll end up going to 4-0, likely staying on top of the 4A poll in the state. Henley, if they can hold on and win against Cascade, and it sounds like they had a pretty good start, will be ranked number 2 in the 2 Klamath Falls schools. Looking forward to their battle in mid-October. Actually, the latter part of October. Second to the last regular season game of the year. Hey, the Vikings took a knee. on the snap.
Bravo, Mr. Adams. Bravo. And that'll be it.
And the number 1 ranked team in the state wins it 50-0 here in North Bend tonight. We'll wrap up our broadcast after this 2-minute break.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
The Mazama Vikings win it by a score of 50-0 here in North Bend to improve their record to 4-0, and a pretty decisive performance tonight, Dave.
You'd almost have to nitpick to find anything wrong with this game, and we dwelt on it a few times about the penalties in the first half. I think we had 3 or 4 false starts, illegal procedures, but a very well played game. Who's going to stop us?
Well,
besides ourselves.
There was a couple of personal foul penalties that I'm sure
on
are going
both
to be
sides.
addressed, and those happen in games. But for Coach Vic Lease, I'm sure he's going to look at the game film and prepare for another decent opponent next week. Ashland, defending state champions in many, many years. Not so much this year. They're programmed down a little bit, so they have moved down to play 4A football for the next season and see how things go. And then they're going to play 5A in every other sport, but the 4A in football this year for the Ashland Grizzlies.
Well, this is a special team. Vic's goal is always to win the conference, move on to the playoffs healthy, and put the eye on the Tiger. But if you are doing anything Friday besides being at Viking Field, change your plans, put on your disco duds, and come cheer on the number 1 ranked team in the state.
Disco night at Viking Field next week. Just going through a couple of the stats in tonight's game. Mazama with 491 yards in total offense.
Goodness.
That's compared to 133 for North Bend. A couple of other things we'll talk about quickly. First downs, Mazama 21, North Bend 7. Individual stats, Tyson Van Gastel goes 2 for 6, passing the ball 51 yards. Trevor Anderson carries the ball 8 times. That 70-yard run toward the end of the game really helped his yard total. 178 total yards on the ground for Trevor. Brody Hubble had 119 yards on 8 carries. Trace Horton, 8 carries, 78 yards. Tyson Van Gastel, 6 carries, 63 yards. And the Vikings dominating on all cylinders here
with
tonight.
a capital D.
Yeah.
Go Vikes.
Good win for Mazama. They improved to 4-0. North Bend falls to 1-3, and it's the first and the inaugural Big Sky game for Mazama, a brand new conference, and Mazama is unbeaten in the Big Sky right now.
Well, as long as we stay healthy and focused, I can't see anybody putting a loss on the boards for the Vikings.
Going to be tough.
It's a great team to watch. Come out and support them, and hopefully at the end of the regular season, we will be the inaugural Big Sky Conference champion.
They are going on their 9th consecutive conference championship. They won 8 in a row in the Skyline, looking for number 9 here in the first year in the Big Sky, and we'll hope to follow them right to the finish.
Indeed.
Next Friday, Ashland, Viking Field, 7 o'clock. On the radio side, tomorrow, 1 o'clock kickoff, 11 o'clock pregame, Oregon at Washington State. And we will be back next Friday night with high school football. You can always watch the video on TableRockSports.net for free. Of course, you can listen to the broadcast on 2 different radio stations, 106.5 FM, 1240 AM, or if you'd like to stream the audio, it's KlamathRadio.com. The executive producer of Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. The executive producer of Wynn Broadcasting is Bob Wynn. For Dennis Langford back in the studio and Fast David Gulix, and I'm Randy Adams. Thanks for joining us here from Vic Adams Field in North Bend with a final score, Mazama 50 and North Bend nothing. Come on, stop now.